Are dreams truly deadly? Has anyone ever had a dream in which they correctly predicted the future? And what about the well-known instance in which a guy brutally murdered his mother-in-law and wife, then claimed that dreams and ostriches were to blame? These are just a handful of the astounding subjects we will cover in this video, delving into every corner of the fascinating and oftentimes strange world of sleep. 21. People who have so-called wet dreams usually don't find them disturbing when they wake up from their late-night sexual adventures. In contrast to the unnerving character of some of the dreams we'll discuss, as it happens, a lot of people have wet dreams. The Journal of Sexual Medicine estimates that 83% of men will experience one at some point in their lives, which will result in what is called a nocturnal emission. Although they can affect males of all ages, adolescence is the best time to see them because of the spike in male sexual hormones. Studies show that the incidence rate among boys is significantly greater in some places, such Indonesia, where 97% of boys report having experienced at least one nighttime emission before the age of 24. Furthermore, a study named Frequency of Nocturnal Emissions and Masturbation Habits among male, religious, virgin boys, adolescents. About 70 of abstaining men, despite religious objections to indulging in sexual activity, were still having wet dreams. It seems that nature will eventually take its course under the cover of darkness for the males, whether one likes it or not. What about women? 20. Many women like to fantasize while sleeping. In fact, 85 of the women experience a nocturnal orgasm before they turn 21. During a sexual dream, a woman may still feel physical discharge similar to a wet dream, but without the mess. It's because women do not ejaculate as much as men. In 8 dreams, sexual themes are present, regardless of gender or age. According to a study, only 4 of sexual dreams for men and women will end in an orgasm. The data also indicates that men are more likely to say they have wet dreams than women. It is possible that this occurrence existed from the beginning of the recorded age. 19. In the book of Deuteronomy that talks about soldiers having wet dreams, it says, "When you are encamped against your enemy, you must keep yourself away from all evil things. Any male who gets filthy at night must leave the camp." Just think what the poor guy would be in if he had to leave the camp to stop and could not come back until dawn. In many ancient traditions, a kind of impure water dreams were considered. In ancient Buddhist writings, demons who either drain your energy or engage in intercourse with you in your dreams were mentioned. The 15th century was direly forewarned by the medieval work Malleus Maleficarum, dealing with witchcraft and malevolence. The book told the story of succubi, female demons who collected male sperm wooed while they were sleeping. It was claimed that the male equivalent incubi could conceive a female. Many women were subjected to torture on the grounds that they were witches during the European witch trials that took place between the 14th and the 17th centuries. Between 2,000 and 5,000 executions are estimated. Sometimes women were accused of having children whose fathers were incubus. Dame Alice Keitler, a woman, lived in Ireland in the 14th century. According to historical accounts, she mixed a concoction with the blood of a rooster, the intestines, the spiders, scorpions, and the corpses of a robber who had been beheaded and an unbaptized. She was accused of hanging around with demons who appeared to her in her books as a black guy, a cat, or a black dog, and would indulge in sexual relationships, and she managed to escape to England, but not before torturing and burning her servant Petronilla de Meath, who was also charged with calling demons and having the power to fly. Sleep and its occurrences have historically been linked with the occult and the malevolent. 18. Here are a few basic facts, but stay tuned for more frightening stories. A person usually has 3 to 5 dreams every night. Even when you don't think you're dreaming, it's usually unconscious. 17. The length of dreams can range from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. The fact that we sleep for approximately 1/3 of our lives makes dreaming an important part of who we are. Dreaming takes up an average of 6 years of our lives if we survive to old age, according to researchers. 16. The most annoying thing about dreams is that even though they appear vivid when we wake up, they are usually easily forgotten. The brain's chemistry is closely related to this phenomenon. Research suggests that norepinephrine levels may drop in the cerebral cortex during dreaming, which may have an effect on the speed of memory loss. The study also suggests that the density of the medial prefrontal cortex may be important. Even if the research is still evolving and not completely clear, it underscores how crucial are chemical changes occurring while we sleep. Moreover, after awakening, the hippocampus is not fully active, which is essential for recording long-term memories. If you try to remember dreams as soon as you wake up, the hippocampal area can be activated, thus extending the life of the memory. Within those first few moments, it's crucial to consciously remember the dream to prevent it from disappearing. 15. REM, rapid eye movement. Sleep is a type of sleep in which we have our deepest dreams. Light sleep usually gives way to deep sleep, ending in REM sleep during a sleep cycle. REM sleep is characterized by fast eye movements, erratic breathing, and high heart rate. A cycle takes up to 120 minutes. 14. People who have been startled out of REM sleep reported often having bright dreams in studies. One study revealed, however, an interesting fact. 12 of the participants stated that all their dreams were black and white. Some people over 55 seem to have more black and white dreams, which may be related to black and white television they watched as children. 13. Even blind can dream. 372 dreams were recorded on 2 months by 15 blind people who participated in a study. Recurring motifs included eating and animals, particularly their help dogs. Interestingly, movement-related dreams or travel-related dreams often materialized as nightmares, illustrating the difficulties blind people face when navigating their surroundings. Blind people typically have less vision in their dreams that focus more on taste, smell, sound, and touch perception. Tommy Edison, a blind film critic, explained that in dreams, he had the primary sense of others, that is, their voice or touch. 12. Dreaming is a phenomenon that includes also animals. Researchers using brain scans on sleeping rats found parallels in the brain processes of the rats' dreams and waking behaviors, such as running on a wheel. Rats are believed to dream about their tasks during slow-wave sleep, according to a new study. Cats have been the subject of some of the most interesting dreams of ours. In dreams, our muscles usually become paralyzed to prevent us from acting out potentially dangerous scenarios. In contrast, cats whose brains were removed from the area responsible for muscle inhibition during sleep showed behaviors, including fighting, jumping, hunting, and grooming, similar to the activities cats participate in when they dream. When it comes to sleep paralysis, this story enters scary territory. 11. At the infographics show, one of our researchers talked about his personal experience with sleep paralysis. He talked about being able to move a muscle, feeling awake, the sound of the fan, and knowing the presence of his lover. He tried to call his girlfriend in a panic, but no action. The scary sensation of sleep paralysis is typical. The experience is worsened by the incapacity of the frontal lobes to perform executive functions, which increases the sensations of fear and reality perception. Research shows that between 80 and 50% of people will experience sleep paralysis, and about 5% of them will experience it frequently. The exact causes are still unknown. However, they could range from drugs to stress and anxiety. Sleep paralysis was mistakenly linked to the unexpected deaths of people who appeared to be in good health. This phenomenon occurs when the lines between REM sleep and alertness merge, making it difficult to distinguish between the two states. Auditory hallucinations, such as talking or yelling, and the feeling of presence in the room, often described as a person sitting on one's chest, all contribute to the strange experience. These experiences have been attributed in the history of the world to supernatural beings or cultural representations such as the night hag. Currently, though, these events are attributable to partially awakened brain pathways and sensory perceptions going awry. Even after scientific answers, a lot of people keep believing in supernatural powers. 10. In the USA, 2 out of 6 people suffer from nightmare disorders, and women are more likely to be affected than males. Between 8 and 30% of adults and 20 and 30% of children between the ages of 5 and 12 experience nightmares. 9. Night terrors are classified as arousal disorders because they are characterized by severe symptoms including screaming, yelling, and physical agitation. They occur during the transition from non-REM to REM sleep. Most youngsters outgrow night terrors, while 2% of adults experience constant night terrors. Fortunately, the probability of the terror declines with age, with only 1 out of 60 people mentioning a night terror. 8. D sufferers have severe night terrors that can cause them to accidentally hurt themselves or other people. Online testimonies, including reports of physical hostility to partners during sleeping, provide light on these disturbing situations. In one account, there are described incidents of verbal and physical outbursts that escalated to throwing and turning. One tells the story of an incident where a sleeping partner was the target of hitting and threatening words. These instances encourage people to adopt safety measures such as sleeping in different rooms to prevent possible injury. 7. The BBC told Liz and her husband John's story, showing how even seemingly kind people can have horrible dreams. John slept without any conscious memory of his movements and would physically fight imaginary enemies such as snakes or tigers. But a disease that interferes with typical mechanisms of sleep paralysis makes John prone to hallucinations. Here are some further observations. 6. Any sleeping position can induce dreams, but lying on your back increases the risk of developing sleep paralysis. 5. Excessive dreaming may occur due to activities that are done before bed, such as eating or playing video games. 4. Eunerophrenia is the sensation of contentment experienced after awakening after a pleasant dream. 3. Since stress is a major cause of bad dreams, managing stress can encourage more good dreams. 2. There are gender disparities in the content of dreams. Women typically dream more about relationships and interpersonal interactions, while men tend to dream more violent dreams and conflict. 1. 70% of women and 65% of men report having recurring dreams, which may indicate that some of the motifs that were first described were maintained as they lasted.